What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. So, guys, The Game is one of the best rappers of my generation, especially in the 2000s. I mean, you know, he's from Cali. He brought the West Coast back in a major way. But, you know, things didn't work out so well for The Game. I mean, he lost a lot of money in like a lawsuit. He doesn't want to pay it back. And, you know, now he's just chilling, not really doing so much music anymore. But The Game's a living legend. He still is beefing with 50 Cent here and there. But recently he was at, I don't know what game he was at. He was hanging out with Frank Nitty and hanging out with Chris Brown and 2 Chainz. And he posted this on his story. I'm putting the ring on it this year. All you gotta do is show up for me like I show up for you and pick a date. So basically what happened was he puts this in the shade room, focused on some of his comments that some of the people wrote, not taking a Jigga 40 plus seriously with a heart-shaped cut. This is what happened when you lose your family, be for the streets, and now you older want to settle down. But men play over women their whole lives just to end up like this. And he actually got into the comment section and and clapped back. He said, "The opinions of people who have never met a person in real life be wild. It's usually always people who do not like what they see in the mirror. It's the Lord's day. Let's rejoice in his name and be what he said we was going to be this year. Stop acting like somebody stole your Amazon package and be happy. We were blessed with another day of the life today." But let's actually take this serious, right? Assuming that The Game wanted to be married. People are saying that the reason why he's saying that now is because he's broke and don't nobody want him. I disagree with that. He might not be who he was, but he's still The Game. And it's not hard for you in LA to find somebody that is hella fine that's gonna be with you. Even if you are not the superstar you used to be, he still got clout. Women will do a lot for clout. But look what he said. All you gotta do is show up for me like I show up for you and pick a date. Here's the problem with this, guys. As men, as black men, can we honestly say that women will show up for you like you show up for them? I think that's the concerning thing here. And this is what we have, this gender war against, you know, it's not even about black men against black women. The reality is this. Women are always talking about equality in the workplace and in corporate America. Where's the workplace? Where's the equality in relationships? Is it me? Or do men feel like you give a lot and you get very little? And that's what you're supposed to do, right? Like, even in my own training, I was trained, you know, by the last of the greats, okay? My mother, baby boomer generation, my father, my grandfather, who was a generation before them. Look, you're supposed to get out, be a man, work hard. I was one of the first to graduate professional school in my particular immediate family. So you're supposed to graduate school, work hard, do all of these things to take care of a family, a woman. And that's typically how it goes. I'm not against that because it's necessary to keep society going in the right way. You got to have men that are going to do that. Okay? But the thing about it was, nobody ever told me you're supposed to get somebody who puts into what you put into them back into you. Even if they can't do it with finances, they should be able to give you what you want or what you need as a man. They should come with the same level of tenacity, the same level of love that they have given, that you have given them. You see, and I think a lot of guys didn't know that. We didn't know that. So when you see a lot of women that are single, okay, if you want to talk about, you know, you have women that are single mothers, you can say that. You can say that, and okay, somebody could understand. I don't want to deal with that. Can you talk about, okay, so well, they don't look like how I want them to look, if it's too skinny or too big? Can you say that? It's possible. It's possible. But what are we really dealing with? We're dealing with the fact that I'm supposed to be giving it all to a woman who doesn't feel like by any means necessary that she needs to give anything back. That's what we're dealing with today. And when the game says that, y'all start clowning him, but what you don't realize is this is what a lot of men are saying. A lot of men are saying the same exact thing. Where's the woman that goes show up for me like I show up for you? And the thing about it is, to be real, I don't think women even understand how to do that. What am I saying? Like, do you know how to show up for a man? See, here's what the problem is. Women understand how to show up for themselves or for their kids and expect that men should look at that as being attractive, and that you need a woman who shows up for herself and the kid that you didn't help her make. And because of that, you have a responsible woman, and somehow that benefits you. Let me say it again. A woman believes that if she shows up for herself and for her kids, that means you got a good woman, although you're not even in the equation. And you should be okay for the fact that she's showing up for herself, but never for you. But if it comes to you, you need to show up for her, the kid. And I'm gonna be honest, even when she don't feel like it, or you don't feel like it, you don't feel like doing something. See, if a woman don't feel like doing something, it's okay. If a woman don't feel like having sex, it's okay. You gotta be a man when she don't want to be a woman. You gotta be a man when you don't want to, when she don't want to be a woman. And that's the issue that we are dealing with. And this is why a lot of guys go someplace else. And let me just play this brother here. His name is Bruiser, Bruizzr. Check him out on TikTok. This clip is going to explain everything that I'm talking about.
But nobody tells you about marriage. The brutal truth. A man offers provisions and protection from the moment he says, I do. This is his duty, and he does not deviate, deprive, or withhold it from his partner. It is consistent. A woman offers beauty, loyalty, and sexual exclusivity from the moment she says, I do. This is her duty, and she will deviate from it from time to time, regardless of a man's consistency. Every month, a man pays bills. He does not take a break. Every month, a woman cooks and cleans. She will take breaks. Every day, a man secures his home. He does not take a break. Every day, a woman maintains beauty and health. She will take a break. When a wife turns sex into privilege and withholds it, he does not take a break. When a woman lets herself go and become lazy, he does not take a break. When a woman goes into menopause and no longer wishes to sexually please her man, he does not take a break. When a wife and husband argue and fight and separate, they both may cheat. He does not take a break. A woman completely shuts off access from the time of separation up until divorce. If a man take a break, all will perish. If a man isn't consistent, all will fail. So let's stop questioning men who exercise their options.
You see, men don't take a break. Like you said, shout out to the brother. What women want to do that? Women want to get married and have a husband because it makes them look good and it feels good for them. But do they want to participate? I'm sure that some do. But it's toward the end of the totem pole. I want to get married, but I don't really want to be a wife. I want somebody to be a partner for me, but I don't want to be a partner for him. That's what we're dealing with here. Hence the reason why you have so many single women. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of Celebrity Junk. I really appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell. We're out.